Okay. Hello, everybody. It's Elizabeth Salula here. I usually go by Liz, and welcome to the third episode of OOOSIE StoryBook Talks. Today's episode is the third chapter. It is called The Story of Separations. So today I have a special guest with me.
Hi, everyone. My name is Thelma.
She is... Oh, what are you? I don't know what to like. Have. No, I don't mean.
That's fine. No, that's
not what I mean. I meant to be like, oh, can I describe? She's an amazing person. First of all, she is great. We're neighbors actually, and I know she's just this ray of energy, and I thought she would be amazing to have. That is what you are.
Yes, that is what I am.
I just said, what are you? Don't kill me. Okay, so you know, one thing I realized is that setting boundaries for yourself at such a young age is super hard. I don't know about you, but I know growing up, like, I had, like, a difficult time setting boundaries for myself when it came to, like, making friends because I didn't really have that much friends growing up, and I knew for me, like, I always wanted a friend, right?
Oh,
and
course.
I would do literally anything to be friends with somebody, and I think that was visibly shown. Like, people could see that. Like, they could actually see that I was becoming desperate for a friend. And they took advantage of that and everything. And because of that, I didn't have any boundaries because literally if anybody was willing to hang out with me, my walls would break for them. And that means that I wouldn't get mad at them even though they hurt me. You know, I wouldn't take things personally. I wouldn't care too much because it's like, for me, have you ever heard of that thing called a friend crush?
No, not really.
You've never heard of that term? Like, kind of like where it's like you really want to be friends with someone. Like, to the point where it's like you have a crush on them, but you don't. It's not like in a romantic way. It's like that.
You just really want to have that person
it's
as
like,
your friend.
Exactly. Like, to the point, like, have you ever seen someone and you'd be like, oh my gosh, I really want to be friends with them.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, I really want to be friends. Not like you're attracted to them, but it's just like you just really want to be friends with them.
Yeah.
So it's like, I have that for everyone. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to be friends with everyone. And it's, like, to the point, it's, like, I kind of... What's the word? I don't...
Well, you would, like, you would do certain things that you didn't want to do. Just if the person wanted to do these things, and, like, you didn't want to do it, but because you wanted to be their friends.
Exactly. I didn't want to sacrifice not being friends with them. You know what I mean? I didn't want them to realize I was no use to them, if that makes sense.
Oh, but that's not... Why would you say that?
But that's literally how I thought, like, when I was younger. I don't think that way now. Don't get me wrong. That was back then. Little Liz, we don't think like that here. We think better.
Yeah.
Better mindsets. But
of course.
When I was...
but I get what you're trying to say, like, people-pleasing tendencies.
Oh, heavy on people-pleasing.
I had that.
I feel like it's so hard to have boundaries when it's like that people-pleasing persona doesn't really allow you to. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like growing up, it was really hard to actually, like, you know when to separate. You know what I mean? Know when this person is not worth fighting for. This friendship doesn't need to happen, you know?
Yeah.
Because I just really didn't want to be alone, you know? And as a young age, you know, when you're really small and, you know, you just want to play outside and you just want to hang out with friends, you're willing to do anything at that point, you know? And it's like one of those things where it's like it can really destroy your self-worth. It could destroy how you see yourself.
And, like...
Heavy on that. Like, I feel like, I don't know. What are some boundaries would you say that you didn't have growing up, but you have now? Like, when it comes to, like, making friends and things like that.
I would say, like, before, like, younger me would just, like... Because I really had people-pleasing tendencies, right? So back in, like, high school, there was this friend that I really, like, enjoyed, like, being around the person's company. But, like, the person didn't, like, feel the same way. And, like, I was, like, a bother to them. So, and then I didn't get the hint because I just thought, like, being around them just made me happy. And, like, I didn't really care. But then she would go behind my back and tell people that, oh, I don't know, she keeps bothering me. She's always disturbing me. She thinks we're friends. I don't know. And the person that I have become, like, I feel like there wasn't any need for that. So one of the boundaries, like, I don't talk to her anymore. But before, like, she was, like, number one on my list. like I said, like I realized my worth because I knew that like I could become like something or someone like one day, like instead of like, you know, just begging on my knees for her friendship all the time. It was a girl, she was really nice, really sweet girl. We just fell apart, and we're in different paths right now, but we just don't talk anymore. I just set that boundary finally. Like I just sat down and was like, why do I keep like begging? Why do I keep like going back to her, like telling her that, oh, I really want to be your friend. I just like how you carry yourself. That's what I would tell her, and I'm interested. I just want to, like, she's like my role model. That's what I said. And I don't know,
so sad.
maybe just went into her head, and then
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. She was just like I was
She made it
bothering
seem like
her.
you were a fan.
Like an apprentice or something. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. I hate it
It
when
was just
people
bad.
do that.
It was just bad.
I notice a lot of people have this when they can recognize somebody has a friend crush on them.
Yeah.
They take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And it's like to the point where it's like I remember I would literally sacrifice that time that I should be working on myself, that I knew that at that moment I should be prioritizing myself. I would sacrifice that to be with them because that's how badly I wanted to be their friends, even though they didn't appreciate that, even though they didn't recognize that. You know what I mean? And I feel, girl, are you okay?
It's just so, you know.
Are you faking it? Girl, I thought you were crying.
I don't cry.
Girl.
Don't cry. Don't ever. Like, don't do that. It's not worth it. Don't cry. Don't shed any tear, like, over these people.
Oh, I thought you meant, like, in general. Like, never cry. I was like, I mean, it's not bad to cry sometimes.
Oh, no, definitely cry. But, like,
don't cry over people who's not worth your tears.
They're not worth it.
No,
like,
they're not. I remember when, it's so funny, because when I was in the process of cutting off my friends, the friends that I cut off in the past, I knew.
That's just cute. That's funny.
When I was in the process, though, I knew that it really hurt me. You know what I mean? Like I was genuinely in tears because I knew what I had to do. I feel like that realization causes tears, but the process of actually cutting them off, I feel like at that point they've hurt you so much that you're just kind of numb to the pain. Me personally, I know when I was in that process of letting go of a friend, at that moment when I knew that that person wasn't my friend, that person was not worth my friendship or my time, it hurt, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to let them go. I didn't want to realize that. And I feel like I've always realized it, but I just kind of ignored it because of that fact that I didn't want to accept it, you know? I feel like accepting something that you've just wanted so badly is not what you think it is when you've been obsessed with this idea of who you thought they were, you know, and you've been making excuses for them, you've been defending them. This could happen in both relationships and friendships. I feel like people just acknowledge it more in relationships. They forget to actually acknowledge that it exists in friendships too. Friendships are supposed to be a format of a relationship. They're supposed to be a type of a relationship. And when your friendship is not existing in a way that values the both of you, it's going to end up taking away from you.
Oh my gosh.
You know?
That hit home, bro. That hit me right here.
No, but I feel like it's so hard to realize. A lot of people don't realize. Girl, you're making me laugh. But I feel like a lot of people don't realize how much pain that you can gain if you stay in that friendship. You know what I mean? How much it hurts you to make time for someone that isn't worth your time, to sacrifice your moments for someone who's not even willing to sacrifice for you, you know?
And it sucks. Cause
it really does.
That person is probably like the nicest person you'd ever meet.
But actually, I feel like they might not be.
Maybe. In some
I feel
cases.
like you might think they're nicer than they actually are. I feel like people forget to actually look deep. They look at the surface level. It's easy to go up to someone and be like, hi, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. That's really easy to do.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to like actually put that value behind it. You know what I mean? I feel like anybody can fake it. You know what I
Oh,
mean? But not
yeah.
everybody means it.
True.
You know what I
Fake.
mean?
They're fake
It's
people.
very easy to fake it. It's very easy to fake it.
Oh my god, where'd you get that skirt? It's
Right?
so good.
Like, it's literally, have you not seen movies? Have you not seen, like, I swear that one scene in Mean Girls where it was like,
it's
oh my gosh, it's so fat.
vintage
or
or
something
something,
like that. And then she was like,
that is the ugliest
skirt I've ever seen. It's
Oh,
literally
the switch up.
The switch up is so real, and I feel like a lot of people actually think that way, and it's like you fail to realize it because you're just looking surface level. You fail to actually think, like, I'm not saying that if someone compliments you, you should think, oh, they probably actually hate it. That's not what I'm saying.
Sometimes I think like that, like
No, but that's not how you should think, though. I'm just saying that you shouldn't think that just because somebody compliments you that they're a good person. Just because somebody, you know what I mean, like
they're always
seems
like,
nice doesn't mean that they're nice.
They're
I
good
feel like it's really easy to look surfacely, but sometimes you actually have to think deep about it, you know, be like, is this person actually a good person? I know they're seeming like a good person, but it's like, are their intentions actually right? Do they actually care about me?
yes, Jesus.
Girl, you're too funny.
Ooh.
But I just feel like setting that boundary in the beginning, one thing I realized is that if you don't put that boundary in the beginning for like how you want people to treat you, they will never treat you like that the entire relationship. The entire friendship that you have with them, they will never respect you if you don't put that respect in the beginning. I noticed because that's happened to me so many times where in the beginning, I did not respect myself. Therefore, I tolerated them not respecting me. Therefore, the entire friendship was them not respecting me. And then when I demanded for that, they're like, wait, this was not in the guidelines. This is not what we agreed to. This is not the terms and conditions of our friendship.
You're growing wings or something.
You're growing wings. Oh, you're acting big now just because this, and this. You think, right? You think you can demand that. Like, that's not what we agreed to. They're not going to say that, but that's what they're thinking. And that's actually how it's perceived. That's actually how it's shown through their actions. By when you start respecting yourself and you don't tolerate their bullshit anymore, that's when they start separating themselves from you. That's when they start walking away, distancing themselves, because they realize you're not somebody they can push over anymore. You're not someone fun to play with. You know, and I feel like if you allow yourself to get treated like a toy, you're gonna be treated like a toy the entire time. No one's gonna respect you if you don't demand that from the beginning. And that's what's different about my relationships now versus my relationships when I was growing up. When it came to friends, it was like, in the beginning, I didn't demand that respect, but now it's like I make sure that I have that respect for myself, and I set it in tone that, you know, I could be a fun person. You know, I think I'm a nice person too. I'll care about you. I will respect you, but I expect the same back. You know, I feel like a lot of friendships aren't as equal as people think they are. And I feel like that really affects moving forward. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially because losing friends are really hard. You know, it really hurts you. It really hurts you to lose a friend. I never think that it could ever be easy to lose a friend. I feel like it'll always be hard, especially if you really cared about that person. It's never an easy thing to do, to just cut off somebody. And if it is, they were never really your friend in the first place.
I have something to say.
No, go for it, girl.
So,
did you just raise your hand up? Like, you're like, can I speak? Teacher?
I had to clap. That's a black thing.
Girl. But go ahead.
Okay, so you know how when you talk about like kind people and like people being kind to you, I just figured out something that if you say that someone's a kind person, you know, if they're being nice to you, like that reciprocation, right? That thing, like if the kind person is expecting you to like reciprocate that kindness back, then is that person really a kind person? Because I think you do kind things out of the niceness of your heart, like depending on how good of a person you are. So even if the person doesn't like reciprocate the kindness and like is being bitchy towards you, like
I feel like you're mixing up kindness and respect.
So then I guess I am. Then please explain.
Marina. Girl.
I know, because I actually had to know.
I feel like respect is something that, in my opinion, everybody gets off the bat until they are shown a reason why they don't deserve it. Ooh. You are given my respect. The moment I see you as a person, I see you as a person. I'm not going to treat you any less than you are. I'm not going to think I'm better than you. I'm not going to think anything higher of myself. I value you as a person, as a human being. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be cared for. You deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. And therefore, I would treat you that way because respect is something, in my opinion, I feel like every human should get until they're shown a reason why they don't deserve it anymore. And that is only shown, the only way they're shown that they don't deserve your respect is when they start disrespecting you or somebody else. When I visibly see that you are disrespecting me, you're insulting me, you're insulting my character, you're insulting my persona, you're insulting who I am, you're insulting my family, you're insulting my friends. If I see you insulting somebody, if I see you treating somebody worse than what they are, worse than what they deserve, that is when you lose my respect. That is when I will no longer treat you with that kindness that I give to everybody. That is when you will not have that value in my life. It's like when somebody comes to me and they try to make me feel less than what I know I am, what I know that I deserve, you're out of my life. I am not tolerating that.
Type shit. Yeah.
Girl, you're making me laugh.
Yeah, she's spitting. She's spitting. She's spitting.
But that's what I mean by like everybody deserves that kindness. And don't get me wrong. I'm not expecting you to, if I give you a gift, I'm not expecting you to give me a gift because I gave you a gift. That's not what I mean by respect. I'm talking about, I expect you to treat me with the same kindness that I'm treating you.
But what if that person doesn't just do that?
Then that's also disrespecting me. I feel like when somebody is treating you with that lack of kindness, that lack of care that you're giving them, that shows that they don't care about you. That shows that they don't respect you as a person. I feel like respect, what's your definition of respect? I'm gonna search the Google term, but what's your definition of respect?
Respect is like, you value someone so much that you just want to do the right thing, like towards that person. So because you value these person's feelings, thoughts, or like expressions, they're like certain things that you wouldn't dare do, like just because you value what that person, like how that person's gonna react. You care,
like
and
your
like
parents.
Yeah, for example, I respect my parents, so there's some certain things that I wouldn't do because I respect and I value them. I respect and I value them. So I don't know. That's like kind of like how I put respect.
I feel like that's literally what Google says. Respect is a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something. So shown by their abilities, qualities, or achievements, or like due regard for feelings, wishes, rights, or traditions of others. So just basically when you have a high opinion of someone, or you're in awe of someone, or you favor someone. But at the same time, I feel like respect, in my opinion, I feel like it's like politeness. You know what I mean? And this is also a synonym of respect, politeness, thoughtfulness, courtesy. I think it's just showing someone. It's kind of like when somebody gives you something, you say thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just etiquette. Yeah. It's respect is something that every human deserves. It's the politeness, because as a person, that alone is something, in my opinion, I feel like deserves that kindness. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, animals, plants, and everything deserve respect too. I'm not saying you should start disrespecting this economy, this land, but I feel like respect, literally that. Respect is literally, you should respect everything. If you think about it, you should literally respect everything. It shouldn't even just be limited to a person. It should be limited to everything, Yeah,
because what do you have to lose? Like, it's just, you did, like, the right thing. So no matter the other person's reaction, you did the right thing. So, like, you have nothing to lose, really, respecting someone. So.
I feel like you have more to gain than you do to lose. Yeah. Because disrespecting somebody can literally cause a war. Imagine you disrespect another land. If a country disrespects another country, the fire that could happen?
Nuclear bomb.
Literally everything. Like, it could be destroyed over disrespect. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of wars have probably caused
because of
disrespect, if you think
That's
about
so
it.
Smart. Yeah.
Because civil leaders are petty like that. Literally, if you disrespect them, you disrespect my country, my entire country is coming after yours. And then it's suddenly everybody dies, and it's this whole thing where just because somebody disrespected you, because somebody didn't have that regard for you, that politeness for you, an entire economy was destroyed. See, disrespect literally only causes more harm than good. It doesn't, it's not that hard. Just respect people. Like, damn.
It matters, bro. Like,
it's not that hard. But, like, a question for you. How does it feel like when you lose those relationships? Like, I'm talking about partners and, like even romantic relationships. How does it feel? Like, when you realize that this person is not respecting me in the way that I want to be respected, therefore I have to separate.
Honestly, I feel so heartbroken because I don't know where to start. Like, I love this person. Like, I mean, there's a reason why we're in this relationship. And for us to, like, for me to realize that this person is not treating me with the respect that I deserve, and, like, realizing me knowing my self-worth, I'd have to leave. I had to dip. But I don't know. It's just going to be so difficult, and it's going to take a lot of convincing. I may not even leave. I don't know. But I know I have to. So to muster up that courage, like...
It's hard. I don't think it ever get easier.
It's not going to get easier.
I don't think it ever get easier.
Do I even have to talk to the person, like, maybe sit the person down and communicate? I feel like communicating is important. Yeah, it's always the best, I think. Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes it's like when somebody does the same thing over and over and over again, and especially if they know how that thing hurts you, and you've even shown it by how, say somebody else did that similar thing to you, and you told them about it, and you're like, wow, the way this person treats me hurts me. I don't like it. And they're doing that same thing to you like they're an exception. That's when, in my opinion, I've already communicated to you.
Yeah.
You don't deserve an explanation on why I'm leaving you at that point. Because I've already told you through different circumstances that I don't like how that person treats me, and you're treating me like how that person treated me. You know, it's kind of like, it's disrespectful. It's
that's
really
mad
disrespectful.
Bro.
And I feel like at that point, it's like, that's when you need to separate. I feel like when somebody starts reducing your value and causing you to lose yourself, literally, is when you should separate. Because that means they're not doing you any favors. They're doing you more harm than good. That at that point, I feel like separation is needed, you know? Otherwise, you're going to be hurt. It's going to be painful, and you're not going to be able to grow as a person when there's someone picking at your leaves, you know?
You're just pruning. You're just killing me, bro.
Right?
Slowly.
Like, how can a flower fully bloom when someone is cutting its petals every single time? You know? Like, you're not going to be able to reach your max. Girl!
That sucks, bro. Like, it's like a leech.
But,
you're just leeching out of me.
You're not going to be able to reach your maximum potential if somebody keeps... keeps hurting you. That's why you shouldn't tolerate disrespect, guys. I'm talking to you guys especially. Do not tolerate it. Don't tolerate it. You have to love yourself so much to the point where nobody will feel the need to even cross you. You have to put yourself at that pedestal. Otherwise, nobody else will put you there for you. You have to achieve yourself. You have to achieve things, achieve your goals, achieve your dreams, follow your dreams, follow your pathways. Don't think about what other people will think. Like, one thing about me, I'm a doer. So when I think that when I have a vision for something, I will do it. It's the same thing I did with my film. It's the same thing I'm doing with this talk show. I had a vision. I knew what I wanted to do, so I'm going to do it. I'm not going to wait for somebody to tell me, hey, now it's the time to do it. The only difference is, are you going to do it with me, or am I going to do it without you? That's it. That's literally it. Me personally, I know where I want to go. And I know the people in my life, the people that I have a relationship with, are taking me to that place, you know? Like, they're in my life, like, they're with me when I'm going to that place. I know that they believe in me, that they're impacting me, that they care about me, that they love me, that, you know, they respect me, you know, and I know that they value me as a person, as an individual who has dreams, who has hopes, who wants to be successful. I know that they believe that I can be there, you know, and that's why they're in my life, because I know they're
gonna be like your supporters.
They've been supporting me. And the thing about it is that they're supporting me even before all of this, even before I had these dreams. That they were supporting me with when I had nothing to offer, when I didn't even have myself to offer, because I didn't have myself. I didn't know myself. I had, in my opinion, I didn't know my worth. You know, I didn't know who I was, but they knew who I was, and they were beside me. They were telling me who I was. They were like, Liz, stop tolerating this, because you're so much more than this. Stop accepting people treating you like this. You deserve so much more.
Some people just don't think like in positive ways. That's why you don't need that energy in your life. You don't need the negative.
No negative energy here. I feel like you can have times.
Yeah.
It's always normal as a human being to have times where it's like you need somebody to push you up again. But in my opinion, I think the reason why I'm so optimistic is because I've had so many people who were optimistic for me when I wasn't, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like those people that helped me grow when I felt like I couldn't grow are the people who make me smile when I feel like I can't smile. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm just talking rubbish right now, but I just feel like, I don't know, I don't even know if what I'm saying makes sense. This is what I'm saying makes sense?
It makes sense.
Does
It should make sense.
I feel like it makes sense. I don't know. I feel like optimism is like, you know, you might as well believe in yourself. And I'm a Christian, and you're a Christian too, right?
Yeah, I'm a child of God, by the way.
Child of God, I love my Jesus Christ. I will say this all the time. I love Jesus so much. He's my Lord and Savior, accepted, loved. And I know that he loves me. So why would I love myself any less, you know? That's kind of insulting him, because it's like he created this amazing person. He created, look at how much he's created. He created you. He created this entire world. He's created so many beautiful things. So now it's like, if I'm looking at myself in the mirror, I'm being like, you're ugly, you're not good enough. It's like I'm telling God, you made a corrupt creation. You didn't do a good job with this one. You know, like, why would I tell somebody that I respect, that I love so much, that they didn't do a good job with their creation? Why would I tell my Lord and Savior that he didn't do a good job with me when he loves me and he's taught me how much I'm worth? And you know, me personally, treat others the way you want to be treated. You know, golden rule, just how you want to be perceived, how you want to be. If you want to be respected, respect other people. That's how it's going to be. If you don't respect other people, prepare for disrespect back, because no one's going to want to respect somebody that doesn't respect them. That's just all I got to say. So to round it off, just separate from the people who don't value you, who don't respect you, who don't
show you that they love you.
You know, I don't know. It's just, I feel like respect is really important when it comes to any relationship, whether it's a boyfriend, whether it's a girlfriend, whether it's a friendship, whether it's whatever, whether it's even your parents. I feel like your parents should also have that same love for you that you have for them. I know a lot of people, they don't have very much good relationships with their parents. I feel like it's really important that you have that same love going back, you know? Just as much as they respect you, you respect them. Or things like, just as much as they love you, you should love them. And if you feel that they don't love you in a certain way, or you feel like they're not respecting you in a certain way, you should talk to them about it. But don't feel like you have to tolerate it just because they're your parents, you know what I mean? I feel like you should still speak up, because you're a human being and they're a human being, and you have that in common, you know? Yes, they are your parents, but you guys are both humans, and I feel like all humans should deserve that respect, whether it's from your parents, whether it's from your friends, whether it's from your coworkers, your peers, strangers. Everybody deserves it, you know? Just treat everybody with kindness. It's not that hard, you know? You have nothing to lose. It hurts more to hate somebody than to love them. That's just me, though. That is just me. But guys, we talked a lot today. We went into some emotional topics.
And I cried. Oh my gosh. I shed a tear.
Some waterworks were shed.
Trauma.
But it was so nice talking with you, Thelma.
It was so good talking with you, Liz. Oh my gosh.
Yes, so guys, this is the episode of number 3, the separation episode, the story of separation. Oh, but I'll see you next episode. Bye.
Bye.